The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus told his disciples a parable about the necessity for them to pray always without becoming weary. He said, "There was a judge in a certain town who neither feared God nor respected any human being. And a widow in that town used to come to him and say, 'Render a just decision for me against my adversary.' For a long time the judge was unwilling, but eventually he thought, 'While it is true that I neither fear God nor respect any human being, because this widow keeps bothering me, I shall deliver a just decision for her, lest she finally come and strike me.' The Lord said, 'Pay attention to what the dishonest judge says. Will not God then secure the rights of his chosen ones who call out to him day and night? Will he be slow to answer them? I tell you, he will see to it that justice is done for them speedily. But when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth?'" The Gospel of the Lord. Bulahang weekend kanatong tanan. A very interesting illustration here in the Gospel reading today is really very, very clear. Because if that judge was wicked, and then eventually he did good, of course because he was also threatened. And a very beautiful example here is to take a look into the original text of this Gospel reading, because to finally come and strike me actually means that if he will not give in to what the request, he will have, bulgy eyes, no? Ug sa Binisaya pa na mabunog ang iyang mga mata. Something like, precisely because of lack of sleep, or maybe literally the widow will finally strike him in the eyes. But what is interesting here is the illustration that if this wicked judge give in, how much more God, who is good all the time, and he is the defender of widows. And so this is a thing that we have to take into account, because from the perspective of the Gospel reading today, taking into account another widow that we actually honor, the patroness of Catholic charities, Saint Elizabeth of Hungary. By the way, he died 4 years after she died. She was canonized as a saint, and her work was to help the needy in charities. And she was widowed when she did this. She was a mother of 3. So it is not that all widows are really very desperate, but widows can really make a particular act of trust and confidence and being able to help others. Just as the first reading today says about missionaries, the strangers, who are not just only witnessing for us, but as a challenge to all of us, also witness to the great love that God has for us. And so this is in this context that as individuals, as Christians and as believers, we have a great mission to do. Not only here in our home, in our place, but also wherever we go. And this is basically our mission, to extend the greatness and the goodness of God who loves us all. Amen.